I don't know if I'm even saying that correctly, but happy Ramadan. This is learning US English with Heather to Ramadan edition. My experience with Ramadan. This is going to be my third year. I successfully did Ramadan 2 years in a row. Last year I failed miserably. I got sick and so I couldn't finish. But this year, inshallah, I will finish it with success. So again, this is the call to prayer, if you can hear it right now. So let's get into like the feelings that I'm experiencing fasting at this time. So I'm going to be using a lot of hyperbole. Hyperbole is like an exaggeration, but it's obviously not true. We use hyperbole to emphasize what we're saying. So I'm kind of a little spacey today because obviously I'm having low blood sugar from not consuming food. So forgive me for being a little bit ditzy today. Okay, I am famished. Now, famine is a word that describes starvation on a broad scale. So I could say I'm famished. I can also say that I'm hankering, but I'm hankering for something. Like I'm hankering for some pizza, or I guess I could say I'm hankering for food. I'm hankering for a salad. I'm hankering for anything actually right now. But I could also say I'm starving. I'm starving. And I could actually say I'm literally starving. Now, literally means like you are actually starving. But I'm using literally figuratively. Are you with me? I'm using literally figuratively. So I'm literally starving. I have a voracious appetite. Voracious is just like, Appetite is what, it's the feeling that you have that allows you to eat more food. Now, if we want to get into a phrase, I could say I could eat a horse. I could eat a horse. For sure. If you're fasting, and especially if this is your first fast, you may develop some headaches. You also may develop lethargy, which we could say you feel lethargic. You could feel cranky or have just an overall sense of crankiness. Now, talk about some toilet issues. You might feel some constipation because you're not hydrating yourself. Okay, you might feel a little dehydrated. So that may cause you to get backed up, which is the constipation. You might feel low blood sugar. That's probably a given. It's a given that you're going to feel low blood sugar. You might just say you're exhausted. Obviously, tired. And you might feel grumpy. Also to experience your stomach grumbling, or we can also say growling. Oh, my stomach is growling. I may feel a little bit of anxiety from the low blood sugar, so you might feel a little shaky. You might not be able to concentrate very well, so you'll have poor concentration. And irritability, which means that you will be irritable. Expect to have mood swings. You might feel faint, or just a little dizzy. And if you don't experience the more major symptoms, you might just feel a little bit out of it. But just remember to hang in there. It gets better, I would say, after day 3 or day 4. You start to feel your second wind. So don't give up. There are so many benefits that you reap from fasting. Fasting is done so that we can, first of all, as far as I'm no expert. I'm not any kind of Quranic scholar by any stretch of the imagination. But as far as I've been taught, we fast because, well, first of all, we're told to by Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. And we also do it to help us to remember the poor, those who do have food insecurity. There's people all around the world that can't find clean water to drink or food to eat. And this helps us to be humble and to humble ourselves and to remember them. Also, it enables us to pray in a way that is not bogged down by this world. It kind of releases us from fleshly matters. It's basically why I've been taught that we fast. Now let's get into the medical reasons. Fasting is very beneficial because there are toxins that we all have in our bodies, and fasting is a way to detoxify our bodies. So I think that is a good reason in and of itself. That's a wonderful reason to fast. I hope you enjoyed this video today. I kind of threw it together, spur of the moment. But I hope you learned some new phrases and some new terminology. So I'll check in with you guys later and let you know how the fast is going.